Okay, for this next step, I made a few changes. I want to spread the circles out a little bit more, so I made the SVG canvas a little bit bigger. And I also gave each circle a fill of white, but some opacity there. I gave it 0.5 opacity and black stroke. And now what we want to do, all the circles have the same radius of 3. So what we want to do is we want to make the radius dependent upon this third dimension that we have, which is bases on balls. Okay, so for that we have to add one more scale. So let's copy the X scale and make changes to it. Okay, so this is going to be an area scale. So we'll put A there. And it's not going to be linear, right? We talked about that. This needs to be a square root scale. And we're going to be looking at bases on balls here. And then for the range, let's get all of this out of there. We need to think about, okay, we want the smallest circle to be how big, we want the largest circle to be how big. I tried a couple of values, and I thought 3 for the smallest circle and 25 for the biggest worked out pretty well. So all we need to do now is come down here and change this to a function. So I could copy one of these. Okay, and so this would be the area scale, bases on balls. And I think that's all we need to do. So let's see what happens. All right, there we have it. And so we can see 3 pieces of information in this graph here. We can see how many home runs the player hit, how many strikeouts they had over their career, and then the area of each circle reflects how many bases on balls they had. So here's Hank Aaron and Barry Bonds. So Barry Bonds had significantly more bases on balls than Hank Aaron. You know, the reason for that could be, there could be many different reasons, but that is the fact. Okay, so what I'd like to do next is I'd like to get some labels in here so that we can see exactly who these players are. So we'll do that next.